I want to tell you about a document that I believe is one of the most significant urban planning achievements in human history, not because of what it promises, because of what it has actually designed. In March 2021, the government of Dubai published its 2040 Urban Master Plan. Most of the world read the headlines: green spaces, tourism, beautiful renderings of a futuristic skyline, and then they moved on. That was a mistake. Because what is actually written inside that document, the governance architecture, the technology framework, the deliberate design of five distinct urban economies operating in parallel, is something that no other city on earth has attempted at this level of technical sophistication. I have read this plan in full, not the summaries, the actual document, and in the next 10 minutes I want to share with you what I found. Because if you are serious about the Gulf, about AI and urban technology, or about where sovereign capital is going over the next 2 decades, this is the most important briefing I can give you right now. Let me start with the thing that surprised me most. Most cities, when they plan for growth, think in terms of expansion: build more, build outward, add capacity where demand is highest. Dubai did something entirely different. They looked at their city, a city of 3.3 million people, one of the most diverse and economically complex urban environments on the planet, and they asked a fundamentally more interesting question. Not where do we build, but what kind of city do we want each part of this to become? The answer they arrived at is breathtaking in its ambition. They divided Dubai into five distinct urban centers. And here is what makes this remarkable. Each center was given not just a geographic boundary, but an economic identity. The first center, Deira and Bur Dubai, the historical soul of the city. Under this plan, it transforms into a living heritage economy. Culture, creativity, and history becoming economic engines rather than preserved relics. The second center, the corridor from DIFC through Business Bay to Dubai Design District, becomes the intellectual and financial spine of the emirate, the place where the knowledge economy concentrates and compounds. The third center, Dubai Marina and the Jumeirah coastline, the global lifestyle destination. Hotel capacity growing from 132,000 rooms to 225,000 rooms by 2040. Because Dubai understands that hospitality is geopolitical soft power as much as it is an economic sector. The fourth center, Expo City Dubai, the site of Expo 2020, now permanently repositioned as Dubai's AI and innovation cluster, not a business park, an entire urban center purpose-built for the technology economy. And the fifth center, the Northern Residential Expansion Corridor, designed to welcome a population growing to 5.8 million people by 2040. Five centers, five economic identities, five governance models operating under one executive authority. That is not urban planning, that is federated city design. Now, here is where this plan becomes genuinely extraordinary, because Dubai did not just design five urban centers on paper and hope for the best. They designed a technology infrastructure to govern them. Woven throughout this plan is a complete digital governance framework. At the center of it is something called a digital twin, a real-time virtual replica of the entire city, every road, every building, every utility system, every mobility flow, mirrored in software, updated continuously, and used to model every major infrastructure decision. Smart Dubai is embedded as a co-author, not a contractor. Think about what that means. Before Dubai adds a new transit line, it runs in simulation. Before a new mixed-use development is approved, its energy impact is modeled. Before a policy changes the density of any urban center, the consequences are tested in software. This is how the world's most advanced cities will be governed in 2040. Dubai is not waiting for 2040 to start. They started in 2017. The delivery timeline has 3 phases, and each one builds on the last. Phase 1, running from 2021 through 2025, establishing the data infrastructure, the sensors, the connectivity, the digital baseline across all 5 centers. Phase 2, from 2025 to 2030, deploying AI into active city management, traffic optimization, predictive maintenance. The city begins to learn. Phase 3, from 2030 to 2040, as AI-assisted governance, not replacing human decision-making, but augmenting it with analytical capacity. Dubai is right now in the transition from Phase 1 to Phase 2, and what they have built in Phase 1 is genuinely world-class. I want to be direct with you here, because this is where the commercial significance of this plan becomes very real. Most investment analysis of Dubai 2040 focuses on real estate, and real estate will absolutely perform. But the investment theses that genuinely excite me are not the ones being discussed in the property market. They are sitting inside the governance structure of the plan itself. The first thesis is urban AI infrastructure. Dubai 2040 creates guaranteed, sovereign backed demand for AI city management technology across 5 distinct urban environments. The companies that understand this is not one contract, but 5 parallel markets, each needing tailored solutions. Those are the companies that will build the most durable positions here. The second thesis is talent infrastructure. The creative and financial spine, DIFC, through Business Bay, through D3, is explicitly designed to concentrate knowledge workers. And when you concentrate knowledge workers at that density, you create structural demand for everything they need: premium housing, international education, mobility, and the full professional services ecosystem. This is not a consequence of the plan, it is a feature of the plan. The third thesis, and I genuinely believe this is the most underappreciated opportunity in the entire Gulf market right now, is Expo City Dubai. This is a site that already has world-class physical infrastructure, built to host 192 nations. It has proven international visibility. It has an explicit government designation as the AI and Innovation Cluster for the Emirate. It is a technology special economic zone with an urban master plan and sovereign backing. The patient capital that moves into Expo City in the next 3 years will look very smart by 2030. That is not a prediction, it is a reading of structural conditions. I want to put Dubai 2040 in context because understanding its significance requires understanding what is happening around it. NEOM in Saudi Arabia is building a city of the future from scratch. Lusail in Qatar, the King Abdullah Financial District in Riyadh, Yas Island in Abu Dhabi. Every major Gulf economy is running an urban development program of extraordinary ambition simultaneously. The combined capital committed to these programs between now and 2040 exceeds $1 trillion by credible estimates. All of these programs are genuinely impressive. But here is the distinction that matters. NEOM, Lusail, KAFD, these are greenfield projects. They are designing a city without the constraint and complexity of an existing one. Dubai is doing something harder. Dubai is transforming a living city of 3.3 million people into the most technically governed urban environment on earth. That is not the same challenge. It is a fundamentally more difficult one. And the fact that Dubai is succeeding in that challenge is what gives it a competitive advantage that greenfield cities simply cannot replicate. You can build a perfect city on an empty desert. What Dubai is proving is that you can transform an already great city into something the world has never seen. That is the harder thing, and it is the more impressive thing. Let me close with the thing that impressed me most when I read this plan: not the ambition, not the technology, not even the scale, the governance model. Because history is full of ambitious urban plans that were beautifully designed and never delivered. The gap between a master plan and a built city is where most of these documents go to die. The plan was issued by decree by His Highness Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum. This is not a committee recommendation awaiting political will. It has the force of executive authority from day one. Delivery accountability is decentralized. Each of the 5 urban centers has a designated lead authority with specific targets and timelines. The plan does not treat Dubai as one city to be managed from the center. It treats it as 5 distinct urban economies, each requiring its own delivery leadership. And the technology partners are not vendors. Smart Dubai is embedded in the governance structure as a co-author and co-deliverer of the plan. The technology is not bolted on, it is built in. Executive authority, decentralized accountability, embedded technology governance. If I were to design the conditions necessary to deliver the world's most advanced urban plan, those are the conditions I would specify. Dubai has already created them. What comes next, over the next 15 years, I believe will be studied as the model for how a great city becomes a truly historic one. If you found value in this briefing, I would ask you to subscribe, because I am going to keep decoding these plans and these markets in exactly this level of depth. And share this with someone who is serious about the Gulf, about urban technology, or about where the world is genuinely heading. I will see you in the next one. For strategic conversation, you can book directly at usmanzafar.com. And if you want to go deeper on the technology and governance, everything I produce is on this channel. I will see you in the next one.